benefiting in the pass game is Russell Gage. I mean, Russell Gage, I didn't think he had a big enough ceiling, or I thought it was close if he had a big enough ceiling to be viable in tournaments this past week. I didn't use him at all in my bringbacks on the Brady stuff. I used Kyle Pitts. The person who won the ETR subscriber league had Russell Gage as the bringback, and the Tom Brady stuff made a big difference. Do we need to reevaluate how we think about Russell Gage? Would you be adding him, Evan, and anything else on the Falcons?
You know, he's in that sort of like Hunter Renfrow sort of range. I like Renfrow a little bit better, but you know, that's sort of the range that he's in terms of he is locked into a pretty good role in terms of volume. He's got 7+ targets in 4 of his last 5. He had 12 this past week. He's competing for targets in the wide receiver core with Tajay Sharp and Olamide Zaccheaus. So his role is not going to lessen, but he's not going to add a whole lot to the volume that he does get. Dwayne McFarland, who did a bunch of stuff for us last year, got a full-time gig at PFF. Great for him, very deserving. He put out an interesting poll. I don't know if you saw it yesterday. Who would you rather have the rest of the way, DK Metcalf or Elijah Moore? And the results were like over 70% Elijah Moore.
I mean, you have something excited about with the Jets, not Zach Wilson, but Elijah Moore, because he's not even playing his natural role. And I think he'll play his natural slot role next year when Jamison Crowder is gone. But Elijah Moore is winning on the outside now and winning with such putrid quarterback play. So yeah, you know, I just that we're having the debate between DK Metcalf and Elijah Moore shows what kind of year and what kind of recent run Elijah Moore has been on. Other thing that, you know, we saw coming, I mean, Leonard Fournette, I mean, Gio's not even playing. And Ronald, even with Ronald Jones leaving with an illness, Gio still didn't play. And so you get Lenny for literally every snap, 3rd downs, 2-minute. I mean, Lenny's role is just absolutely ridiculous. Yep. What you see out of the Bucs. Good
for him, for a dude that, you know, I mean, he almost fell out of the league. I mean, he almost got cut twice last year.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know we didn't really give Lenny a hard time. We gave people that were drafting Lenny a hard time because they were making bad decisions. We were above consensus on him this year, and you know, it's good to see him excelling. He's like in he's like a league winner. I mean, it's gotten to that point.
I thought the story was that Antonio Gibson did not lose much to Wendell Smallwood or Jared Patterson, and so we've seen like 4 straight games now where Antonio Gibson is among the league leaders in touches every single week. Huge game against the Cowboys. I would expect him to lean on Antonio Gibson heavily. Once again, we'll see on J.D. McKissick's status, though, because I think J.D. McKissick does actually really help them in the pass game. What you see out of the football team, another impressive win.
Football team is on a 4-game win streak. During those 4 games, Antonio Gibson is averaging 27.3 touches per game. You know, even if J.D. McKissick comes back, he's going to get the ball a lot. Obviously, the passing game stuff, you know, kind of evaporates if J.D. McKissick is back. But Antonio Gibson, he's a guy that you're going to be starting every single week the rest of the way for sure.
I thought it was really notable, though, the way Josh Jacobs has been using the pass game. We talked about this a bunch last week. I mean, Josh Jacobs, and I get that Jalen Richard was a late scratch due to COVID. I get that Kenyon Drake hurt his ankle. Kenyon Drake's out for the year now, though. And over the last 4 weeks, Josh Jacobs has an 18% target share. That's really high for a running back, especially one who you think of as kind of a 2-down pounder like Josh Jacobs. So I think Josh Jacobs, you know, I used him on one team this week. His pass game role is different than what it's been. I did see Damian Harris look like he pulled his hamstring or something. I'm not sure exactly what was wrong with him. I had the game on mute, but yeah, that's certainly something to watch because our buddy Ramondre, I mean, when given the chance, just is a baller. Anything that we can take away from the New England game last night?
Yeah, they showed some real trust in Ramondre. They gave him 24 touches. Yeah, Damian Harris in the first half, he pulled his hamstring. It was kind of like toward the end of the first half, and then he went to the locker room early. He was trying to stretch it out. He came back in the game. He pulled it again in the third quarter on a long run. So I don't know, you know, hamstrings can be really, really tricky. They are going into their bye, but, you know, hold tight to those, to Ramondre Stevenson and Brandon Bolden, because it's possible that Damian Harris will not be ready when they come out of the open date.
So we've been waiting all year for this Javonte Williams game. It sucks that it had to come on an island game, on a showdown slate, not on a main slate. But, you know, Javonte Williams, I'm very skeptical that many running backs, quote unquote, matter. Javonte Williams looked like he mattered. I mean, he was a freaking beast out there. 102 rushing yards, 76 receiving yards on 6 catches with a touchdown. Now home versus Lions. I don't know that Melvin Gordon's injury is serious. Like, it didn't seem that serious to me. I was actually a little surprised he ended up sitting out. So I kind of expect Melvin Gordon back this week, but we'll see. I mean, the Broncos have now seen Javonte Williams gives them a different level against the Lions this week. What you see out of the Broncos?
Yeah, and keeping Melvin Gordon out too. I mean, it gives them a chance to look at Mike Boone too. I mean, you know, he's probably the back of the future, or the number 2 back of the future. Remember, George Patton, their new GM, brought him over from Minnesota. He's a talented dude. And yeah, I mean, I think it makes all the sense in the world for them to continue to feature Javonte Williams, use Mike Boone, and just kind of let Melvin Gordon get ready for the next team that he's going to play for.